And welcome back mga Summoners, here we go! We are on Game 4, potentially the last game here as MSK is already on match point 2-1 against Imperium Pro Team here in the best of 5 series for the semi-finals of the Garena Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Split, powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. Grab your energy, we're gonna be your shoutcasters. I am Shinbu with the 1-4 and I, and of course my partner is Amplifier. Itong Game 4 na to, no? Do take note, ito na yung road to Rampage.
Yes, grabe. As in, MSK, yes, medyo humina sila ng Game 2, pero grabe yung ginawa nila sa Game 3.
Oo, sa Game 3, tinanggal lang yung Corky eh.
Yeah.
Tapos parang, we have high expectations. Always light yan eh. Diba? Si light yan eh. On this Vladimir. The problem there is that, like, the initiating stuff, they have good initiates early on, diba? With the Nautilus teleport flank. Pero that time yung nagsisimula na sila mag-initiate using the Fate's Call, facing a composition with an Ari, with a Gragas, you know, parang ano eh, di ba? Parang ang daming pwedeng isagot nung kalaban sa inyo in terms of initiating. And yeah, it was MSK. First 10 minutes ng game, ang bagal. Walang kill or anything. Tapos, you know, yung next 15 minutes,
biglang,
bam! 33 minutes yung game 2, ah.
Yeah.
And ayun, 27 minutes lang yung game 3 natin, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we are left once again with a question. Anong magiging sagot ng IPT dito? Kasi sinagot sila ng MSK mula doon sa Game 2 na, you know, ban the Corky. Ban the Corky. At I'm not so sure if the Kalista Vladimir setup would work. Ladies and gentlemen, yan na nga po, makikita nyo. It's just one win away for MSK, or will we proceed with the Game 5 here if IPT would be able to answer that in Game 4? No? Siguro swerte sila sa even numbers.
Yeah. Maybe.
At numbers noon sa MSK. Pero mahirap yun kasi Game 5 is not numbers. We don't know really, ladies and gentlemen. Sa mga viewers natin kayo, anong palagay nyo? Paano kaya makakabawi dito ang IPT at paano kaya sasarado ito ng MSK? Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick announcement sa mga viewers natin, sa mga fans natin for the Pro Gaming Series. Ang fan art contest po natin ay ngayong araw magtatapos. Pwede pa kayo humabol, okay? In getting that big share of the 9,000 RP prize pool, just send us, okay, an artwork of 5 PGS professionals. Hindi nyo kailangan, hindi kailangan galing sa isang team.
Yeah, kahit iba-ibang team.
Dream team nyo, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, ayan. So, hindi pwede kasama yung mga casters.
Bawal yun.
Hindi. Okay, so talagang
ibang contest yun.
so talagang yung mga PGS pros, okay, remember, ayan. Now, ngayon, curious ako, pwede bang ulit-ulitin, no? Kunyari, ako, fan ako ni Endless Ace, puro Endless Ace na.
Siya lang.
Oo, siya lang, no? Kung ganun nga talaga ka fan. Wala ka nang pakimanalo. Ma-express mo lang yung pagiging fan mo, and here we go, express yung pagiging fan nyo because we are now on Game 4, the drafting phase, MSK versus IPT.
Okay, so this drafting phase, no, very interesting yung draft phase na to kasi looking at the previous 3 games na we just had, nag-uusap tayo sa labas kanina, even with the other people out there, na parang nag-iiba-iba yung identity ng IPT per game. For example, for Game 1, we saw na Suzaku was on Renekton, and then in the next 2 games, biglang double Nautilus siya. Tapos, so right now, I'm getting confused with IPT kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung gusto nilang, what kind of team do they want to be? Do they want Suzaku to be the carry? Do they want Light to be the carry? Do they want... I really don't know what they want. But honestly, I think the best form that they can have against MSK is to make Suzaku and Light the carries. I think if you make Suzaku and Light the carries and then put Kulit, Hate, and Shadow on utility roles, I think yun yung best formula. Why? Because I think Suzaku is a better top laner than Kaigu mechanically, and I think Light can still consistently carry if you give him the utility from the other members. So I think that would work. Pero
that is true.
Looking at the picks now, Talia immediately locked in there for EXO since it wasn't banned. And then that's our response with Braum and Kalista immediately as bot lane for IPT, as well as the Gragas there. And then, of course, classic Tam Kench played, I think, all 3 games for TG. And then we're going to be seeing the Kog'Maw again for Celestial.
And about the answer here, okay, with yun nga, Kog'Maw, no? On the Celestial, as you mentioned, very interesting kasi pinasok nga ito ni Celestial nung Game 1. Okay? Na, alam naman natin, sa isang best of 5 series, Game 1 yung pinaka-less risky na game phase. Now, na merong isang parang one-win advantage ditong MSK, are they like testing the waters out for this Kog'Maw, or talagang nasa pick nila to? My guess is nasa pick talaga nila to of really sealing the deal. They have that kind of trust talaga on Celestial. All they need is to really just zone out whoever will go near Celestial. And compared to that game 1 din, Okay? Medyo, well, there's the Gragas pala and another Renekton actually to disrupt this Kog'Maw. Ang ano na lang dito, ang sagutan na lang dito is that this time Light will be holding onto that Syndra so that walang nag-split push na Lucian, 'di ba? Doon sila nadali din doon sa game 1. So I doubt din naman na may mag-split push na Lucian on the mid lane because we got a Talia already here on Exocen. The interesting part here is that yun na nga, bakit hindi itong ilagay kay Suzaku, isang Jace, 'di ba? Now in the hands of Kaigu, Renekton on Suzaku.
Yeah.
I would bet my balls here na yung, yes man, na yung top lane napaka-decisive para na naman sa larong to.
Actually, very interesting nga yung team composition ng MSK ngayon kasi I find it a bit weird because this time, Kaigu's playing a duelist top laner instead of a tank. And I think that might be an issue towards mid to late game kasi Celestial's using Kog'Maw and the only peel that he has now is from TG. So that can be pretty scary when there is a Syndra and a Renekton and a Gragas in the game. Kasi when you hit mid to late game and you only have TG to save you, I don't know. I think that's a bit scary for MSK na Kaigu didn't take a tankier top laner.
Yeah, on a close fight. On a close fight. Pero on a range fight, they have enough kits really to ward off members of Imperium Pro Team. Yun yung siguro nilook for dito ng MSK. So, yun ang win condition dito ng Imperium Pro Team. Take the close fights against MSK. They need to connect Kulit's body slams. They need to connect those Slice and Dice and Ruthless Predator mula kay Suzaku. That's the thing that would be rewarding for them kasi pagpasok na naman ng late game. Itong Renekton na naman to. Ikakite na naman to. Hindi lang. Kanina Lucian yon ngayon. There's gonna be the Jace. Okay? Buti na lang ang Slice and Dice nakakalusot sa... I'm not so sure kung mga walls na kasingkapal ng Weaver's Wall ni Talia. Ang alam ko lang sa mga cliffs lang gumagana. But we'll have to check on that. Pero nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, tingnan natin. Kayo, anong toss nyo? Paulanan nyo yan sa chat. Here we go! In this Game 4, semifinals of the BGS. And PG, as it is for the Pro Gaming Series, we are live in the Summoner's Rift. As we mentioned, it is on Game 4 in this Best of 5 series between MSK versus Imperium Pro Team for the semifinals on their road. Who will make it to face Team Manila Eagles in the finals of BGS again on the Rampage 2017?
Yes, so let's take a look at this start. IPT grouping up to the Tribush. Actually,
Game 1.
TG.
No. It was MSK who pulled that off.
Yeah, now it's going to be IPT moving in. All 5 actually. TG, tag there, body slamming in. Won't reach though.
No flash burned as well. Gonna go all in. Top kitchen, kunat din yan, you know. At the very least, by the time na mapapatay mo natin yung Tamkits, baka third rage ka na. And that would prompt members of MSK to go near here on the red side jungle ng IPT. IPT already knows that.
Yeah, actually, na-ward na both buffs ng IPT side. So, MSK will know that they're gonna be starting blue buff, and Jace and Talia will actually go over to the red buff. So, they might be able to steal this.
And this is very dangerous for Suzaku.
Oh, Suzaku. Will he move in?
Very tense moments, mga kaibigan. Kagamba sa Crocodile.
Warded.
Kagamba na warded. Okay. Alright. So, at least, that prevents any casualty in this game. Mga ganong moments, ramdam mo kasi Jace po yun, mga kaibigan, tsaka Elise.
Tsaka sobrang taas ng tension ngayon kasi this is IPT's very last chance. If MSK win this, it's a straight ticket to Rampage for MSK. No? And looking at MSK's team composition, one thing about their team comp is that well, let's just say, feeling ko sobrang confident na MSK. Kasi looking at their team comp or their lanes, they have to win their lanes to win this game.
Yes.
If any of the lanes lose, if Kalista or Syndra or Renekton take the lane control,
apektado matik yung mid-game.
Sobrang delikado na mid-game nito ng MSK. So they have to make sure that Jace, Talia, and Kog'Maw, well, maybe not Kog'Maw, but at least Talia and Jace are taking control of their lane so that they can roam, make the T3 plays, and then feed Celestial eventually.
Mabigat ang nakapasan dito kay Kulit and of course kay James. Early game yung sagutan dito. Buti na lang Mountain Drake yung nasa rip natin and not an Infernal Drake kasi talaga Garena Infernal Drake in the Reef, nag-accelerate lahat ng bagay.
Sobrang interesting ng dynamic ni MSK. I was watching them earlier. During the early game, sinasabi natin na si Celestial, siya yung parang main shot caller. Pero when I looked at the dynamic of the team earlier, actually, parang apat sa kanila yung shot caller. Lahat sila halos nagsasalita talaga. Although, wait, Kaigu.
Yeah, there's a flash in, then flash out. Okay,
so double flash burned, one for Kulit and one for Kaigu.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be Kaigu without a flash.
Flash against Renekton.
So that might be a return gank from Kulit later if they do decide to take it. TP burned.
And that's already, kung titingnan natin yung top lane, mapapansin mo na may minion stack na dun si Suzaku. And merong halos dalawang CS wave lead.
Yeah.
Si Suzaku dito kay Kaigu. That would actually, pwede mo nang isabing diretso kagad na isang item lead na kaagad yan. But of course, that depends upon the recall. Let's see here. Exosen actually. Okay, Stone dive here. Another Stone surfing here in the bot lane. That's gonna be the Devour. Managed to tag Hate. And that's gonna be the bottom lane. Okay, laning phase Wonder. Nice Devour there by TG.
Ang ganda panoorin nun ha. Alley-oop yun. Alley-oop. You use the seismic shove into the Devourer. So that was really nice to see. Pero yeah, like you said, no, at least Kaigo was able to catch up in CS by a bit. Oh, but Kulit's here.
Yeah, here goes the bait. Body slam once again. This time, Kaigo no flash to answer for this one. But Zaku's gonna be the first one to go down. Walang minions dito para si Kulit. His body slam is also on cooldown. And that's gonna be the Spider clawing its way against the fat guy. 2 for 1 in favor of Beneski.
Okay, so grabe. Sobrang action-pack agad. 4 minutes pa lang. You can tell the tension is definitely there.
Pero lumalaban. Yan ang maganda. May nagkakalaban naman rin itong dalawang to na teams natin. Yeah, dalawang kills dito ng Mineski. But if this keeps, kung ganitong klase ng pagsagot yung ginagawa ng IPT, it can be said clearly it's anybody's game.
Yeah. It's still anybody's game now. Kasi yung spikes ng both teams, they're quite similar. Pero syempre, there's always the worry that Celestial's Kog'Maw will scale to late. But mid-game is definitely a scary thing for Mineski if Celestial can keep up. Kasi yun yung nakakatakot dito eh. If Hate and Light are, taking control of their lanes, then they will explode mid-game and Celestial might not have the damage to match Hate.
Yeah, look at this. Merc Treads rush on Exosen. Very interesting pick up. Might be punishing here kasi isa sa mga pampigil ng IPT sa mid-game is the fact that Light, by the time he managed to build that Morelio Nomicon, can actually, one-hit combo the likes of a Kog'Maw. Pero kung may Merc Treads, hindi na si Exosen. Pero still, Kog'Maw and Kaigo would still be left vulnerable. I really doubt Kaigo would be building a fast sex drinker in the top lane.
Yeah, kasi that Merc Treads will be very useful for roaming and to counter the CC from Kulit and Light.
Pero yung damage, dun magkukulang. Yun ang problema. And we do know, Talia, pag-usapang sustained Talia is played as a sustained damage, during fights. May burst sa kanya, of course, with a combo.
But I think this is indicative of a decision na nag-decide na yung Mineski that EXO will not choose to exactly be the damage dealer this game. It means they're shifting to Kaigo and Celestial, who just died. Yeah. So Kaigo caught out there, moving to the jungle. I actually don't know why he was moving. It might have been a mid-lane roam, but
he has no ward.
Yeah, no ward.
Dun sa river. So, probable na might be pertaining na Kulit, might be on the river. I don't know, try to buy time or something. Nonetheless, it's 3-2.
So that's actually, this start for Kaigo is actually very bad because we were talking during the pick and ban na Mineski needed to win their lanes.
Yes.
And now Suzaku is up by around 20 CS.
20 CS, kakabulang ng Tiamat din.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Yikes, that's not looking so good for top lane. And this is why I mentioned during the pick and ban that I think putting Suzaku and Light on the carry roles is the best thing to do. Because so far, in the games that we've had where Suzaku was on Renekton, lagi siya may lead eh. Yeah. And Kaigo usually cannot match Suzaku when they're both playing carries. And
I do not recommend, a Jace farming under turret.
Yeah.
I mean, may maganda siyang kits, in dealing damage, especially for skirmishes. Pero yung wave clear niya, you get decent wave clear. Ang problema ay kung ang kalaban mo yung Tore, hindi ibang usapan yun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Tsaka, no Jace wants to be farming under turret. Kasi what the Jace wants to be doing is snowballing to mid-game para maka-assassinate siya, diba? Pero this is a pretty weird spot to be in for Kaigo and
Dapat may sarili dirt na to by this
For
time.
me, it was a very big pick and ban risk to give Kaigu Jace, knowing that you're up against Suzaku. For me, I wouldn't take that risk if I was in control of pick and ban.
Do take note, we are playing on the 7.14 patch. There's actually a big change here, nakatago lang. Kasi dapat si Riot, pag mga ganong big... kung ano pa yung mga biggest changes, nakatago lang dun sa wall of text talaga. Dapat may malaking image. Big change here. Read, importantly. Ang lethality po, hindi na siya nag-i-scale depending on your target's level. Nag-i-scale ng lethality mo based on your level. And this is not good for Kaigu.
He's behind actually.
Yeah, that would allow Suzaku, you know, that Tiamat would actually accelerate his experiences, especially in clearing waves. Masashove si Suzaku under turret. That's the problem here. There's a catch-up experience, pero you get my point here, di ba? Na mababa talaga yung damage output dito ni Suzaku. More so, Yulmus na lang ang may movement speed enhancement.
And this might be a problem, no? Kasi nakita natin, maybe, I'm not so sure, pero during itemization ni Exosen, when he took the Merc Treads, we thought maybe MSK decided that Exo would not take the damage roll to give it to Kaigu. But now that Kaigu's kind of behind, they might have made a mistake in that decision. Maybe Exo should have taken damage roll anyway.
So what is needed here by MSK is to tone down.
Yeah, well, either that or they need to put Kaigu back in control.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise, this Jace will become useless. Maybe they need to create bot lane TP plays.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm just not so sure, but we'll have to see. No pressure on the Mountain Drake just yet. And looking at the CS, at least Mineski's bot lane is in the lead. They do have a pretty nice CS lead, and the Cutlass is there. So there is an item lead there.
Yeah, big time yung alley-oop kanina ni TG.
Yeah, actually, so
napaka-rewarding talaga nun para sa bottom lane ng Mineski, knowing nakalista pa to. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a very clear realization here by IPT that they have to slow things down, especially coming in from that game 3 as well. You could see na may call nga dito si Kate, so it's just pretty much assures things on him. Sometimes, isa naman yun sa gamit ng call. Kung may lead ka, you can accelerate it. Kung alam mo talaga na yung pacing ng game is just, you will just farm din talaga. So, okay lang mag-call.
2 item spike usually naman si Kalista, so they can wait. Also, since Celestial, medyo 2 to 3 item spike na siya sasakit. Oh, Cocoon miss.
Yeah, the plan here, bring back Suzaku into the play. I rather Kaigu into the play, but that failed. Double gets activated. Nasa likod dito si Kulit, mga kaibigan. Exo said will be joining this fight. Suzaku gets popped here. Nauna nakarating dito yung 3-man squad ng Mineski. There's a flashing by light. Deleted the jungler. And that's gonna be a 1-for-1 in the top lane.
Yeah, 2 summoner spells burned also, so it's a completely even trade. 1-for-1, 2 summoner spells. So it's really even.
Another fight here in the bot lane. Kung nag-aaway kayo sa top, kami rin dito sa bot. But yeah, that is only result to Devour. I'm not seeing any summoner spells burn. Complete na complete yung summoner spells din dito sa bot lane.
Yeah, so bot lane, we're really not expecting to see much action here kasi they're both going to scale into mid game. So it's really all about mid, jungle, and top trying to really dominate this early game so that they can transition into mid game. Maybe take this Mountain Drake also, which will be really helpful for either team.
Very true, ladies and gentlemen. Kanina rin, hindi naman pwedeng basta itapot din ni Kulit yung explosive gun because of the rappel din dito ni Ames. I was really curious what is the answer actually in that top lane. Nonetheless, that's 1 kill lang naman. So, interestingly, walang bounty doon, ha?
Yeah.
Alright.
Suzaku CS lead.
Yeah, Suzaku, sorry. What I want to mention here is that Suzaku already has the page. So, that's another movement speed item for him. Which actually mitigates the inherent weakness ng isang Renekton. That would be the effect. It's a clear spike. Phage is actually such a nice item.
Yeah,
especially
Phage Tiamat. That's nice 2 items to keep your lane in control.
Movement speed tsaka wave clear.
Now I'm wondering what IPT will decide to do kasi they have kasi lagi naka-push up ng top lane na to eh. So actually marami yung options na IPT. They can choose to translate this small top lane lead into a TP play at bot and then take Drake, or just completely shut down Kaigu and take Rift Herald.
Yeah.
So they can go for either of those 2 options now. Pero yung Mineski, I'm thinking it has to start with Exo and James moving to another lane. Kasi right now, Celestial or the Mineski bot lane can't engage kasi medyo delikado pa yun. And at the same time, obviously, Kaigu can't beat Suzaku in top lane. So it's all up to James and Exo to create an opening for their team.
And naka-ano na rin dito. Yeah, naka-full sweep na rin dito si TG. So you cannot really like put down advanced wards to delete this bottom lane. Ang problema ngayon dito is yung bottom lane din talaga ng Mineski. Buelong-buelo si ano dito. Buelong-buelo si Celestial dito. Consistency lang yung habol talaga dito ni Lahit tsaka nila Shadow. Pero ramdam mo yung threat eh.
Yeah. That's
Well, Light is rotating in the bot lane. There's Vision. They're backing out. There's a ping. Okay, nakita nila si Light. Yeah, on the Pixel Brush ward.
moving back.
But in the top lane, anong situation? Okay.
Tower
Pingman's
dive.
gone along with the tower dives here. That's gonna be Suzaku, Dominus is there. Burn the flash at Kulit. Will they back out? Medyo awkward to.
Yep.
Walang minions na magda-dive. I think they should have to call it.
Yeah,
they have to
they'll
call
just
it
have to
this.
back. There's gonna be flash burn at least for Colette, so he won't have that. And will we see a bot lane play? No, but both TPs are up now, so feeling ko there's gonna be a bot lane play very soon because of the tower dive that failed.
Not to mention Celestial has no mana.
Oh,
So
yes.
they are aiming on actually
Moving
play
in.
here. That's gonna be the Fates call connected onto TG. All in on this one. They just need to actually pop the ultimate. There's a Devour there by Hate. That's the big question. Why do that? Did not connect the Rend. Actually, it connected pero kulang yon. Hindi nakapasok sa kill range dito. At nauna din si James. Again, initiates the play.
And keep in mind, the whole time that was happening, Suzaku was just standing under his turret at hindi siya nag-TP.
Yeah, kasi din yung side brush
Yeah,
dito.
nawala
medyo
yung
sa harap.
ward, no?
Nawala din eh.
Yeah.
Pero still, hindi nila kailangan gawin yun eh. That's the thing.
I don't know what happened there. Pero in any case, Mineski responded full force.
Yeah, because we know walang mana si Celestial, pero hindi ka naman burst eh.
Yeah.
That is the problem there.
And
Okay.
yung nakakatawa kasi doon, no matter how IPT's bot lane will engage, TG just has to devour Celestial.
Yeah, oo.
And yung pinakapangit pa doon, TG was able to land enough auto attacks with his passive to devour Hate. Yun yung talagang yun yung talagang failure dun sa bot lane engage. He was able to devour Hate, lots of damage, and then last hit from Celestial.
And medyo awkward din yung start kasi may few seconds na lumipas eh. Bago ma-devour ni TG si Hate kanina, nag-devour din siya para iligtas si Celestial. Then that should be the signal.
Yeah.
Because devour is on cooldown. Pero during that fight, devour was allowed to be used. And that's
they should have backed out.
That should be the window. So,
but that gives Mineski a 2,000 gold lead.
That's
at
the problem.
15 minutes.
Yeah, and that's an ADC.
Yeah.
Getting that kill.
So even though Kaigo might not be snowballing in his lane, at least napunta kay Celestial yung slight gold lead na yan, and it may become an exponential lead as the game progresses. But IPT looking to make an engage here. It's actually Celestial at top lane right now.
Yeah. Of course, yun
So
kasi
this
yung
might
textbook
be
swap
Drake.
na
Yeah.
kapag na-push yung bot lane, pupunta
Swap.
yung ADC dun sa top.
Yeah.
Sinagot din ito ng Mineski. Now, will Celestial take the bait?
That's just alone.
He's just
But
alone.
EXO has no Weaver's Wall too. And
Obvious
okay, obvious to.
Mag-isa lang si Hate.
Yeah, Kaigo is going to push up bot lane, and then this will be a Drake. But how can they respond? Kaigo has no TP, but he's already at bot lane. Suzaku has TP. Where can Suzaku TP though? There's actually a ward there at the mid river. So let's see though. This is going down fast. And the bot lane is not here of IPT. This is going to be a free Drake.
And binigay na to, IPT.
Yeah.
There's actually a ping kung ano yung pwede pang kunin ng Mineski dito. Doon na lang siguro sasagot yung IPT. The blue buff and of course the mid lane. Anong adjustment ni Mineski? They could actually rotate for the Rift Herald.
Actually, yeah, they're going top lane. EXO has Weaver's Wall moving to top.
Yeah, there's a ping to take the blue buff. Nakahanda na dun mismo yung taga-IPT. But Suzaku was warded. Okay, I mean, was shown in the ward. So, yeah, they would go for this. Yeah.
He's moving back. Pero medyo delikado pa yung top because Suzaku still has TP.
Pero delikado na naman to para sa IPT. Pressure na naman to na na-establish na ng Mineski. That's the problem now.
Tempo is, the game is in their hands. So they have the ball. Let's see what they decide to do.
If they take the...
Actually, medyo madilim yung red buff side ng IPT. So Mineski might get ganked here.
There's a ping to take the Rift Herald.
And Kaigo has no TP. So they have to back out. They have to back out.
If Mineski takes this one, and I think it would not be that hard for IPT to take this one. Kinukuha yung Rift Herald, but they're just giving it out. So,
be RH. So
there's a ping, nakita nila.
Yes, this will be Rift Herald. And Suzaku doesn't see. And there are also no wards, so this should be a free Rift Herald.
Now, this big problem, man.
Yeah, this is a problem. So that's a free Drake, free top turret, and then free Rift Herald for Mineski, and no answer from IPT. And that's considering that Light had a slight item advantage for a while.
Actually,
so
ito na.
hindi nila masyado nagamit yun.
Si Light lang yung pwede maging pag-asa dito kasi this is, kung merong oras na kailangan mong dumilit ng mga ganitong klaseng carries na nakakuha na ng kanilang mga clear item spikes, that should be on Light's hands.
Yeah. Now, the thing that IPT can... Kasi nawala na rin yung advantage ni Suzaku eh. He's not exactly... he can still go head-to-head with Kaigu. But now the game is no longer about Suzaku and Kaigu.
Yeah.
The game is now about Hate and Celestial.
Celestial already joined the fight. That's the problem. Mas maaga kaysa sa kay Hate. And that is just because of that initiate in the bot lane.
Yeah. So now we'll have to see. Drake is coming up. Ocean in a couple of minutes. And I think mid lane is the next target here na Mineski. IPT, they'll have to look for an opening. They need backline vision.
Yeah.
That's what they really need. Kasi that's the only way Suzaku can reach the backline.
If actually Shadow is able to like sneak in one ward in the backline sa may bandang mid lane, it would be very rewarding for them. You know, just ma-deliver lang si Suzaku sa likod eh. Yun ang malaking tanong. At ang nangyayari, okay. So, I'm actually proven wrong. Akala ko hindi mag-split push yung Talia. Sige, split push din.
Kahit naka-Banshee Smirk Treads, the wave clear is always there. Always there. Just rock surfing.
Kasi pwede ka namang mag-ano nga rin naman. Weaver's Wall papunta sa laban. Iniisip ko talaga nag-split push ay si Kaigo dito. Baka 1-3-1. 1-3-1 ang habol dito.
1-3-1. Ever since Game 2, di ba? They've been doing the 1-3-1. So, and it works kasi TG. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that is the basic though. Yeah, Suzaku has to press the Dominus. He knows, hindi na siya mag-isa dito. At kailangan niya makabili ng oras para makarating si Kulit. Cocoon has been used. There is gonna be the first members of MSK arriving because without the Abyssal Void still managed to kill Kaigu on this one. Suzaku is got 2 top laners deleted here.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1-for-1.
Has to respond faster. Lahat ng laban, unang nakakarating kung kailangan Mineski.
Yeah, that's true. And medyo innate na siya kasi sa composition ng Mineski. They have 2 semi-globals on EXO and TG.
Yeah.
So they actually thrive in chaotic environments. Kasi the moment na magkamali yung either team, Mineski lagi yung mauuna. So IPT need the pressure is on them to create the proper setup. Kasi otherwise, Mineski will always be one step ahead because of the ults. So IPT, they need to keep track of EXO and TG's ults. Tsaka kailangan talaga may vision sila. Because if they can't see EXO, if they can't see TG, then the ults will keep coming at hindi nila makikita yun.
Yeah, and I feel that fight's gonna be the reset sa mapa natin. So tingnan natin kasi, you know, series of recalls has been casted here. So items now. Okay, nuance completed. On to Celestial.
Yeah, that's gonna be 2-for-0 on the third score. And 3k gold lead. Baron is now the next objective. Although actually mid turret of IPT is still up the outer one. So they can still choose to get that because as long as that's up, medyo mahirapan ni Mineski to push that Baron.
And ano naman pala, considering, although not much considering yung sinasabi natin kakulangan ng frontline dito ng Mineski. Solari ka agad, second item dito ni James. Alright, okay. So, aiming for that mid-game fights.
And that's a good idea kasi currently the only major threat ng IPT, well, the 2 major threats are Suzaku and Light. But usually Suzaku is not there. It's Light who will really KO Celestial, so that Locket will be helpful for the AoE damage then.
Very true, ladies and gentlemen. Ito, bait tower na lang tayo nasa top lane. Pero here we go! There's the flash in, all in. There is, of course, the cleanse. Gamit na yung combo doon ni Light.
Yeah, so all summoner spells nagamit doon.
And yeah, sulit yung Merc Treads.
Yeah, actually. Banshees and Merc Treads.
Sulit. The MR is sulit.
Tsaka isipin mo, that was a 40% health EXO. At hindi na KO ni Light. So, that's a bit of a worry for IPT right now considering Light is one of the main damage dealers. But, Hate is approaching his second core. So when that comes up, IPT can choose to take the fight.
Okay, here we go once again. Hito laban sa Alligator. So let's see on this one. That's gonna be the explosive cast once again. This one,
Suzaku.
Nakatulong pa yung explosive cast doon.
Actually, and the interesting part here is kasi the setup with Renekton was supposed to be Renekton would be a disruptor.
Yeah.
But what's happening is what Mineski is doing is bago man makapag-disrupt si Renekton, pinapatay muna nila.
Yeah,
this is the second time that he was killed solo on the lane.
It's the traditional split push. Ang hinahabol, ginagawa dito ng IPT. What they need is to sneak in a ward in the backline.
Yeah.
Yun talaga. Sneak in a ward in the backline, allow Suzaku to flank. Kasi I feel like well-equipped ang IPT dito in taking 5v5 fights.
Yeah. That's true actually. Kasi they have 3 tanks.
Yeah.
And 1 tank that can hit the backline. So 5v5s would help.
Ang team fight sets, man. Ang lalaki
Pero,
nito. You got Shadow, you got Kulit. Even that Dominus would be very disrupting.
Oh, XO.
Okay, put siya combo to Kulit. Just punish him.
Problem is 23 minutes and it's a 4,000 gold lead now for MSK. At wala pang turret yung IPT. So it's really difficult for them to approach the Dragon and the Barons.
And here we go. Once again, Suzaku in the bot lane.
Yeah, let's see
what
MSK will do.
Ay, nakatatlong assist naman si Kaigu.
But this is, okay, so this is the best thing for Suzaku to do. Just push the lane enough that it shoves midway and then rotate immediately back to your team and set vision. So that's the best thing that they can do. Kasi so far, I think in the 2 or 3 games that we've been seeing, IPT's vision control hasn't really been that good, no?
Yeah, very true. Tingnan mo yung vision ngayon at yung hawak na vision pa ngayon ng Mineski. Double control wards kay TG. Ladies and gents, you know, mayroon pang control ward din dito si Kaigu. And that one. So, you know, vision score. And if this tempo keeps up, there's a baka makuha na itong game 4 ng Mineski. Yun ang malaking problema ngayon para dito sa side ng IPT. Hindi lang dahil itong 4K. Normally sa ganitong phase, hindi naman ganun kakapal yung lead na 4K eh. Pero status lang talaga ng mapa.
Yeah.
How the pressure is established here. And with that vision, what can you get? Baron.
Oh, James though. Very low. And there's actually a 2-item light. He has Ludens. He can burst.
This one, Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna be a free Baron.
So they just aim for the steal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing. That's how you can tell that IPT has lost control of the game. It's when they're forced to just attempt a steal. Kasi at that point, yun, medyo desperado na nga yung IPT. So all of their auto turrets are gone and Baron will shove.
Not knowing na load dun si James.
Si James, yeah.
So
no vision.
What can be done here? But well, sinasuggest ko nga yung ward in the backline para maka-flank si Zako. Wala pa tayo nakikitang clear na flank.
The thing is, yung flank na yun kasi, that strategy should have happened around 15 minutes ago.
Yes.
Nung sobrang sakit pa ni Suzaku.
Sana mabawi lang yung vision.
Yeah.
Malaking bagay. Mabawi lang yung vision. Siguro with the help of the Sentinels here of Hate. Maybe set up a death brush here for Kaigu in the bot lane.
And I think, siguro, one of the most lackluster things from IPT in these past games, no? I think I'll say it again because I think it's really important. It has been Kulit. His proactiveness as a jungler hasn't really been good. And at the times he was proactive, the execution was not enough.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I can put it all on Kulit, but the general meshing together of execution hasn't been that clean or solid from IPT. And sobrang crucial nun in a team where you need your Syndra and Renekton to snowball. There's no time for hesitation. You need to execute, and you need to execute well, so your Syndra and Renekton can snowball. But that hasn't happened, and they're behind by 6,000 gold at 26 minutes.
And the strategy here of this is a very different Mineski, man. Ang ganda nito kasi the strategy here is that Exosen is pulling out Light from the fight.
1-3-1.
Because he knows hindi na problema yung burst ni Light dito. Pero problema ni James yung damage dito. Okay, nila Shadow. Actually rotated.
Okay, run to bot lane.
Yeah. Okay, there's also the Weaver's Wall. Pero Hate managed to get it right. He was forced to flash away. Nauna naman yung Mineski dito. Ladies and gentlemen, another re-engage. There's also the Living Artillery coming in from Celestial. This time, Light would be joining the fight. There's a chase there, little by Kulit. Kaigu would also be a pressure and a problem here in the bot lane against IPT.
Problem in 2 lanes and Suzaku doesn't have his ult. So that's one less front line and wala na ring exclusive cast si Kulit. So the ults are in Mineski's favor. And things still looking very grim for IPT. That's 5-0 in the turret score, and the entire game so far, no, IPT was never able to take even a bit control na makakuha sila ng objective. Very little proactivity from the team.
Very true, man.
And I guess siguro yung pinaka nakakapanghinayang sa games nila is that it seems like IPT has always been forced into the position na kailangan nilang maghintay na magkamali yung MSK. I think yun yung pinaka nakakapanghinayang sa kanila.
Sa mga games,
yeah, that's the most, I think that's the worst situation you can be in as a...
Iba yung situation. Kasi ito yung MSK na ito yung MSK na may siniset up talaga.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, alam mo, planado. These are two ideal conditions, ladies and gentlemen. So mga summoners na nanonood sa atin ngayon, hindi po ito chinamba lang ng MSK para makuha yung ganitong configuration sa late game. When we say configuration, itong situation po natin ngayon na, ayan nga, si Exosen, hindi pwede ma-burst ni Light, diba? So he will split push, tapos may lead dito si Celestial, so he can like, it's very punishing if ever he touches turrets. And, yeah, if ever mag-decide si Suzaku dito, or any main initiator of IPT, they will be punished. That's the thing. Talagang positional advantage lang ang pwede lang makuha. Something as far-fetched nga as I keep on saying, a teleport in the back.
Yeah. And I can't help I can't help but attribute yung kaibahan ng playstyle nila. Kasi yung playstyle nila actually. Kasi when I was looking at the two teams earlier, especially yung communication, MSK and IPT are complete opposites. Kasi IPT, as far as I know, they've been a very silent, instinctive team, no? It's not really always about the words. Usually they rely on instinct and gut feel with each other to decide. Pero looking at MSK earlier, yun, opposite sila. Lahat sila nagsasalita, nagsisigaw-sigaw. Dito tayo, ganyan. Actually English, of course, because Celestial's Korean, so they all need to speak in English, but it's not really a barrier. So they're always talking, communication's always up, and they're always thinking of what to do next. So I'm not saying that a quiet team is a losing team, no? Pero
medyo weird lang kasi si Vulcan, Korean eh. Tapos lagi niyang kalaro si Atlas. Pero laging talo si Atlas.
Bigla tayo napunta doon, ha?
Iba yata yung sinasabi ni Vulcan eh, kay Atlas kapag naglalaro sila.
Baka naman hindi objective yung nahabol. Baka iba yung hinahabol.
Salip yata na play or shot call yung sinasabi ni Vulcan kay Atlas.
Bumura na.
Anyway, yun nga po, for the information ng mga viewers natin, yes, nakikita nyo po ngayon, Celestial is, yes, Korean.
Yes, he's this big FYI, no? Celestial is a solo queue, straight from solo queue from Korea, brought here. And he has never played in a pro league, so PGS is his first experience in professional play. And it's looking very good so far.
Yeah, so... Now, 30-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen, nag-tone down yung laro natin. Siyempre, habang numinipis ang mapa, mas papahirap, nag-iiba yung situation. This is why I love MOBAs in League of Legends kasi hindi lang halata, pero nag-evolve kasi yung yung approach mo sa laro. Like, every time na hindi lang yan basta laning phase, mid-game, and of course, late game. Like, depende sa composition mo, iba yung situation nyo kapag natitira na lang inhibitor turrets, di ba? May mga composition na mas malakas lalo kapag lalo mong napupush out sila. Pero sa pag early game, ang hirap, di ba? Ganyan. So, right now, this kind of tricky in a sense na, yes, merong siege ang MSK in the form of Kog'Maw tsaka Jace. The problem here is that wala silang defensive siege. If you compare Kog'Maw to a Caitlyn has traps.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Normally, if you pull up a siege, yes, you have you have the Tamkench, pero not as effective as Brom. If you're pulling off siege, defensive siege, ganyan. So,
but Baron is up in 10 seconds.
Ang kinaganda ni Tamkench compared kay Brom is that Tamkench is, I dare say, Brom is suited for team fights. Pero pagdating sa mga skirmishes, ang ganda ni Tamkench.
Easily devouring and saving teammates.
And even for initiates as well.
Yeah,
diba?
that's true.
But, yeah, ganon.
Yeah, easy devour.
Ayun.
So, scuttle control, vision control, everything is up. But Kaigu is not here. He's actually pushing down bot lane. So, he's not exactly such a big threat at the moment. No, but IPT might be forced to respond to bot lane if they don't do something right now.
They cannot afford to give this Baron. Giving this Baron would be a statement
na probably spell the end of the game.
Ibibigay nila yung at the very least inhibitor turret.
Yeah.
An inhibitor.
And
Pero
there,
ibigay nga ba nila?
yun, na-force nga si Suzaku. So Suzaku is now responding bot lane. And this is, MSK knows how to play this composition. They played it twice in this best of 5 series. They're just splitting them up. It's 1-3-1.
And IPT though has an idea where Exosan is. And they're chasing him. Managed to tag him with the Winter's Bite. There's also the concussive blow. Here comes TG. Ready na yung Devar niya, mga kaibigan. They're actually ignoring TG. And TG won't be in range. Will be in range of the Devar. And that's it. He actually walks away. Pero Light would be wiser predicting where TG will rotate on this one. This is IPT's momentum, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be the thick skin on top of the redemption. In the backline, there is Shadow. He would be flashing away. Lots of damage coming in from Celestial. The teleport is there mula kay Suzaku. Will it be enough? Now nasa backline. Dito, si Kaiku. And he managed to delete the prom on this one. Gets cloned here by the Renekton, but the Renekton will be gonna swim. And this is Korea arriving to the Philippines as Celestial deleted members of IPT one by one. Hades willing to answer on this one, putting spears against the Spider. Ibibigay ba ni TG to si Amis? Papalapit mo.
Bigay mo na.
Kay 8, mga kaibigan. And it's 11-6 in our scoreboard. 4-4-2 exchange. Mineski goes in big and will destroy this inhibitor in the top lane.
Man, but just like I said a few minutes ago, Mineski knew how to play this team composition. All they had to do was split IPT up and force them to do something. And the sad part there is IPT, at this point in the game, whatever they choose to do, they are forced to lose something.
Yun nga.
They can never get a full win situation. Kasi just like what they did earlier, they could have chosen to either kill Kaigu or kill EXO or push mid and take Baron. But either way, they're going to lose something. And in this case, nakapag-respond pa yung Mineski and they won. Because Celestial, no one could touch him.
And big time yung response doon, ha? Kaigu, flanking Kaigu.
Yeah. And that was because Mineski already had vision control of Baron.
Oo, and well, Devar din eh. Hassle talaga ng Devar, no? Had it been mabilis nilang natanggal dito si Exosen. Exosen was, you know, put to no use din doon ng IPT with a rush in the top lane. But you'd have to expect na ano talaga eh, yung what would be ideal is Suzaku deleting Celestial there.
That's the thing. That's what we were hoping for since 10 minutes pa lang yung game actually.
And yung mga nakuha kills doon ni Celestial, that's a 4-0-3 Kog'Maw with 314 CS.
And the Quinsu.
Yeah, very dangerous. God. Very dangerous, mga kaibigan.
And there's no TP.
Ito yung pinakamalaking spike ng Mineski.
Yeah.
Itong items ngayon ni Celestial. So, walang ibang mission. Kundi tanggal talaga. This is 2-4. This is 2-4.
Moving
explosive cast. This is not very ideal, ladies and gentlemen. That is the support they're targeting. Let's see can they fight. Look at Celestial, ha? Look at Celestial. He has the freeze that he did for this fight, but actually gets popped there by life. Still not enough. He's still life low. Pero can he go in near? There's James, and yeah, he goes back at the business again of taking the free hits against IPT. Only 3 members are remaining on this one. Everybody's on the run. There's a recall and hate on the tribe rush. They have to call it quits. They have to defend this one. If not, that should be the end of their roads towards Rampage. Pero nakita siya by the blue trinket and nakuha na rin dito si Gulit. Ladies and gentlemen, only with Shadow surviving the fight, not wasting any time. That's gonna be Kaigu in the top lane with the top lane inhibitor open, focusing the first Nexus turret down next to the second Nexus. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it. Kita-kits sa Rampage as it will be Team Manila Eagles versus Mineski League of Legends in the finals of the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Split.
GG, well played.
By Mineski, oh my god.
And grabe, the solution to Mineski was not to bring them back to their old form, but to find new form.
New form,
through Celestial and the new dynamic that they have as a team. So it's really great to see this new form that we've seen since yesterday up until today. They've been on, what is this? I think a 6-game win streak, I think, pretty much since yesterday. So this is going to be a huge amount of momentum.
They lost game 2 naman. Pero sunod-sunod din eh.
So this is going to be a huge amount of momentum. Gaya nga sinabi mo, going all the way to Rampage 2017, facing TME. And keep in mind, both these teams were running at win streaks. TME undefeated throughout the entire split and have been waiting for which team would be fighting them. And now, it's a whole new Mineski actually. Probably a team that TME has not faced at all this split that they'll be fighting in Rampage.
Di naman, seriously guys, I mean sa tagal-tagal naming mag-cast ng Pro Gaming Series and me casting League of Legends. Ibang-iba to.
Yeah.
Ibang-ibang Mineski to. Siguro dahil sa Korean, I don't know. I would give it to the Rift Rivals.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. That's
Pero
also a factor.
real to guys, ibang-iba to. Like, the way rotations are handled, the way kung paano sila like mag-disperse muna. O like, ayun yung isa sa malaking, yun yung isa sa mga na-obserbahan kong malaking kakulangan ng mga Philippine teams, even the pro teams, is that yung hindi kaagad nagbabago sila ng playstyle kapag nagbago na yung configuration ng mapa, kapag nagbago na yung phase ng game. Hindi lang mid-game, mid-lane or something. Depende kasi po yan kung merong nabasag na objectives. Kahit isang tore lang ang nabasag or kahit meron lang vision or may dalawang wards lang sa somewhere in the jungle, ladies and gentlemen, nagbabago yung configuration ng mapa. That's the thing. Okay? And MSK, every changes in the mapa, alam nila kung anong gagawin nila.
Yeah.
Every changes in the mapa. And that's a very, you know, wala namang ibang way talaga aside from the games, you know, seeing that. Maybe we could hear it mismo sa MSK.
Yeah.
Pero nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of this Best of 5 series. Muli, sa mga fans dito ng MSK, kita-kits po tayo sa Rampage 2017 as they manage to take the slot and will be prepped to fight Team Manila Eagles waiting there in the final. Sister team to ng Imperium Pro Team. So, ang peg dito, paghihiganti.
Yes, actually.
Sa ate. Sa ate. Ganon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be our time for today. As your shoutcasters, I am Shinbu with a 1 for an I, and my partner is Amplifier. This is actually the last episode of PGS. So, ang kita-kits natin ay sa Rampage na, mga kaibigan. So, yun po. Okay, so we're gonna throw it to Coach Arctic for an interview with ExoSen. And this is the Garena Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Split powered by Bacchus Energy Drink.
And there we go, ladies and gents. Thank you so much, Shinbu and Amplifier. But, grabe. First of all, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So, first question, kasi I gotta admit, sobrang impressive ng MSK ngayon. How does it feel na you guys just came off of Rift Rivals? Kumusta yung naging dynamic nyo as a team? Just coming fresh from Rift Rivals. Not exactly the best feeling, pero suddenly going into the PGS, biglang boom, nag-perform kayo ng above and beyond.
Coming from Rift Rivals, kala namin kaya namin. Kasi mechanically, okay kami. So, pagdating sa macro play, doon nagkukulang yung team namin. So, sinubukan naming aralin talaga yon. Pinag-usapan namin yung mga dapat namin gawin step by step, gagawa ng plano. Yun, sobrang laking tulong ng Rift Rivals.
Okay, so again, I've been talking about how you guys performed really well this playoffs, pero what do you think changed sa MSK ngayon? Because this is a totally different MSK from what we've seen nung not just the split, but even Rift Rivals.
Yung difference namin between other teams is nag-focus kami ngayon sa objectives. And sinusubukan namin na maging Korean style, hindi Philippine style. Kasi Philippine style, puro patayan, walang objectives.
So, okay. So, final question. Kasi ito na yun eh. Makapag-rampage kayo, you're going up against Team Manila Eagles. So, how does it feel na not only going up against them, pero andun rin yung chance na makapag-GPL and maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, makapag-Worlds kayo ulit?
Masaya kami kasi rampage muna, then after nun GPL. Pero rampage paghahanda namin na mabuti. Tapos yun lang, sabay-bay kayo guys.
So there you have it, guys. Yun nga, kasama ko ang superstar, the legendary ExoSen from MSK. Of course, once again, on behalf of Shinbu and Amplifier, we have been your casters, Arctic at your service, fam. Kita-kits ulit sa Rampage 2017. But for the meantime, this has been the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Playoffs, the SemiFinals. See you guys on July 30.
Team with the Winter's Bite. There's also the concussive blow. Here comes TG. Ready na yung Devour niya, mga kaibigan. They're actually ignoring TG. And TG won't be in range. Will be in range of the Devour. And that's it. He actually walks away. Pero life would be wiser predicting where TG will rotate on this one. This is IPT's momentum, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be the thick skin on top of the redemption. In the backline, there is Shadow. He would be flashing away. Lots of damage coming in from Celestial. The teleport is there mula kay Suzaku. Will it be enough? Down is the backline. Dito, si Kaiku. And he managed to delete the Prom on this one. Gets cloned here by the Renekton, but the Renekton will be gone as well. And this is Korea arriving to the Philippines as Celestial deleted members of IPT one by one. Hades willing to answer on this one, putting spears against the Spider. Ibibigay pa talaga. This is 2-force. This is 2-force.
Moving in.
Explosive cast. This is not very ideal, ladies and gentlemen. That is the support they're targeting. Let's see if they fight. Look at Celestial, Look at Celestial here. Oh, has the freeze that he for the Spider-Man actually gets popped there by light. Still not enough. He He's still life low, pero can he go in near? There's James, and yeah, he goes back at the business again of taking the free hits against IPT. Only 3 members are remaining on this one. Everybody's on the run. There's a recall and hate on the tri-brush. They have to call it quits. They have to defend this one. If not, that should be the end of their roads towards Rampage. Pero nakita siya with the blue trinket and nakuha na rin dito. That's gonna be Kaiju in the top lane with the top lane inhibitor open, focusing the first Nexus turret down next to the second Nexus. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it. Kita-kits sa Rampage as it will be Team Manila Eagles versus Mineski League of Legends in the finals of the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Split.
GG, well played.